Hello, everyone. Hope you're having a good weekend, a good Sunday. This is Matt, and I'm checking in to do a response to the four questions. I believe it was four questions that Robert Z asked on behalf of another VC member named Kay. I looked right before I made this video and checked his videos to double check what all the questions were, and those videos don't seem to be up there on his site anymore for some reason, but I think I remember most of them. The first one had to do with what inspired you to play an instrument or join a band. Doesn't apply to me because I don't do either. Don't play anything, not in a band. Only sing in the shower and in the car when I'm driving to work sometimes. So I have no answer to that. Wish I knew how to play guitar or piano or something. It'd be cool, but I don't. So, second question was, if I remember correctly, show some of the items from when you first started collecting LPs that you still have. I don't have much of anything. The first things that some records that I got as a little bitty kid from my parents, I wish I still had, and some of those were just kind of kids' records of storybooks and so forth. But the first thing that I really got was when my brothers went off to college and whatnot. They left some of their records at the house, and I sort of grabbed some of those. And I don't know what happened to them. I had a pretty good stack of them. I guess by and by I just replaced them with newer copies, and I don't know what I did with the old ones. But I do have this still. This is a revolver that, as far as I know, one of my brothers bought when it came out brand new in 1966 or thereabouts. I mean, I really got into the Beatles around 1972, 73 when I was about 9 or 10, even though I'd talked about this before, even though I was aware of them somewhat before that and had heard them. But really tuned into them then, and that's when I grabbed a big stack of my brother's records. He had Hard Day's Night, Rubber Soul, Revolver, Sergeant Pepper, Magical Mystery Tour, and Abbey Road, as I remember. I think that's all the ones that he had, and then some other albums by other artists. But this one, for whatever reason, I held on to. It's the so sometime between 66 and 73 he bought this, and I'm thinking more towards 66 because not in the best of shape. I mean, it's got a split there, no split there, the spine, more sentimental reasons than anything. Uh, it's a mono copy, says back here, so that's pretty cool. And it's got which is split, but the original old inner sleeve that advertises other LPs, and it's on the Capital Rainbow, of course. So I don't know where you can look to figure out what pressing this is, but thinking it's got to be from the 60s at least. And so you got a almost 50-year-old album there, and it still plays. I don't really play this copy when I want to listen to the record. I've got other copies, but it's not in bad shape for being as old as it is, and it plays well. So then I got into the Beatles, like I said, when I was about 9 or 10 in a big way. Grabbed, stole, whatever you want to characterize it as, a stack of my brother's records. First records that I got on my own, and my parents bought them, I didn't buy them, were Let It Be and Introducing the Beatles were on sale at Treasure City for $1.99 a piece, if I remember correctly. And this would have been, like I said, around 1973 or so. So I got my parents to run me down there one weekend and buy it. Don't know what happened to Introducing the Beatles. I don't have a copy of that right now, and I wish I did, which, for those who don't know, is basically the Please Please Me album, or the early Beatles album on Capitol, pretty much. That's the VJ American album. So the one I got was not an original copy or anything. It would have been a late 60s, early 70s repress, I'm sure. That got lost somewhere, I don't know where. And the copy of Let It Be that I got, I also no longer have that. Don't know what happened to it. But This is I guess the copy I replaced the first copy with. I don't know whether I lost the first copy or I can't remember to tell you the truth, but I got this in probably around 1977, Seminary South at Sears. Actually, you remember when Sears and J.C. Penney's and Sang and Stripling's and the department stores had the record section in there where you could buy records in the department stores back in the old days. So I got this at Sears and Roebuck, and I think I paid a whopping like $3.99 for it. And this was my own money. This was 77, so it would have been 14, 13 or 14. So those are the two oldest that I still have, I think. Um, and this always I was surprised because when I got the box set, the vinyl stereo box set, a couple of years ago when that came out, Let It Be, and I should have pulled that out, but I didn't. It's just a regular sleeve. It doesn't have a gatefold, and I was surprised. And I'd asked someone over in England that did Let It Be not ever have a gatefold, and they said that it, as far as they know, it didn't. It was just a single sleeve LP. So that's kind of funny that I never realized that we got the gatefold in America, and apparently they didn't get it in England. I don't know about the rest of the world. Of course, I know that in England they had that first pressing of the box set with the book in it, which we didn't have either. I'd love to have one of those. I don't. But anyway, so Let It Be. And yeah, it's funny because I can remember distinctly I walked down Seminary South and got this album at Sears because, like I said, being 13 or whatever, I was not old enough to drive. And I remember buying it and walking home, and it was a walk home that was fraught with peril because against the slate gray sky, the pregnant clouds threatened downpour. So I had to sort of run home, but I got home safely and didn't get rained on and didn't ruin my brand new album. And it's fitting too because this has always been, I don't know if you all have certain songs or records or albums that you listen to at certain times of the year, but this has always been my go-to album on rainy days, especially cold rainy days, but kind of things you get in early fall and in spring sometimes when it's pouring rain and you're in the house, or if you're driving in the car and it's raining. This has always been a one of the albums that a rain day album for me. So anyway, so that's two of the earliest things that I had from way back when that I still have. All the rest of the records I had back then are, I don't know, sold off, traded off, got rid of, uh, got replacement copies, and I don't know what I did with the old ones. I wish I would have held on to them. But so that's that. First two questions. I'll make another video for the other questions.